The best 900 and whatever dollars I spent on curb appeal at any of the properties that I do own and I have ever owned. We're gonna up the game of curb appeal today with this. I saw these bricks right here, interlocking paveway. Now I got a quote $8 grand to do this little patch. All this is going to be covered with black interlocking. This is just amazing. We drilled 3 holes right into the concrete. This is the plastic conduit pipe. The project ended up costing me around $600 or more. Nobody can take away the skills and the expertise that you acquire. Yeah. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is a lot of work. Are you telling me that a professional interlocking person is going to charge you $400 an hour? If you're okay with that, and I don't feel empathy for business people taking advantage of you. Before it was kind of like this. It's much cheaper to get yourself the tools, learn a skill, and do the job yourself. You have to use your brain. What's up, guys? So today I decided to start interlocking project. The walkway has been a mess since I cemented it. So here's the result of what I did. I thought that it was going to be quite easy to just skim coat it and have a nice smooth surface, but I didn't realize that the thing cracks. Cement mortar mix is terrible to use as a skim coat, at least from my experience, and I'm not a professional contractor. But I saw these bricks right here, interlocking paveway. Now I got a quote $8 grand. It was about $7,800 or so to do this little patch here, right from those 2 steps all the way up. All this is going to be covered with black interlocking. I went to Home Depot. This is $6.49 Canadian, so that's about $5 American. And then these guys were 59 cents each. So this entire staircase all the way up to here so far has cost me about $180. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is a lot of work. When it comes to anything, it's worth investigating and researching to see exactly how much things cost versus labor involved, because I can guarantee you that it's much cheaper to get yourself the tools, learn a skill, and do the job yourself versus hiring anybody else. The rest of this is going to be all black all the way here, and then I already have enough for those steps as well. PL is definitely the best glue for this job. This is the 8X and I don't like it. 3X is much better simply because this comes out so slowly out of the tube. My pattern that I created goes to this way, to that way. We figured that we need to raise this a step, so I grabbed some random pieces of wood right here. I doubt that this is ever going to rot away under all that brick. Now we're gonna glue this to the floor, and then we're gonna put these brick on top like so, and then this will give us a nice straight level for the edges of the steps, and then we'll continue that way. So here's what I did, is I glued with PL3 so it's nice and level. So the hardest part is really just the measuring. But yeah, once this is dry, this will be nice and strong. And it's really not difficult to do a project like this. You have to use your brain because this is forever. I'm just going to show you how to glue. I do a bunch of dabs and then I just basically plump it down. Now, I'm doing things like that. These are just from a nail gun, nails, because I'm trying to make this as flush as possible because the stairs are just not straight. I'm lining it up and then I'm just gonna drop it there, and then you can see that it's as flush as possibly you could get it. Yeah. And then this will dry overnight. Probably put maybe a stone on here. It's just taking a little longer than I anticipated, and that's really what you're paying for when you hire a professional to do this, because they have to sit here and painstakingly make sure that everything is flush, it's edge to edge, and it's straight. So as long as you're patient and you're focused, you can do this too. So it's next day. We let the steps dry overnight, and here's the result. Let's move these away. These are heavy. These weigh about, I don't know, maybe like 40 pounds each. It's pretty nice. So this is about 6 hours of work, I would say. Maybe 7 hours. Pretty nice. The rest of this is going to be all black all the way here, and then I already have enough for those steps as well. Okay, so we encounter another big issue here. There's a lot more cement up here, as you can see, so I've chipped some away, but you can see that it's drooping like this. So I'm just gonna have to go with it and do the best that I can. So we've just lined up the steps here. We've chipped away some old cement so we can dry lay them to make sure that they're as flush as possible. Also, you can see now that I went through the rough patch. Before it was kind of like this, and now I've sort of like leveled it out slowly. Here I'm basically gonna have to start trimming 2 millimeters at a time in order for those to fit, but there's no other way around it. Now I got my beamer, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna go get the bricks. The Ford is at revved motors.
These are so simple, you don't even need a manual.
It's yours.
Serious?
Yes, I'm serious. How long should you drive on a red engine light?
You should get it checked out if it's something minor. Right there.
So I don't know if I want to hog tiles in that guy. I probably will. It is what it is, right? It's what, an extra hour and a half later now. We ran out of interlocking pieces, so we're gonna have to go and grab some more. So we're up to maybe 8 hours. You can see the end. The end is near. So we're at Home Depot again, grabbing 60 more tiles. Probably have a need for another 60 more after that to finish off, but this will look like it's almost done. It's going into the BMW. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, so I worked probably another 5 hours, and this is the result. So we've got pretty much everything glued. We're gonna cut this, paint this black, and then we're gonna put mulch. It looks like a two-tone, but it's really one. This is just dust. And then I still need to cut right in here. And then I need to do the worst part. Still a little bit, but look at this stuff. Look at it. This is just amazing. With a little self-belief, discipline, and perseverance, save yourself lots and lots of money. So the project ended up costing me, we're at $600 right now. So it's another beautiful day, and once again we are here to finish up our little project. Yes, we left a little space, and why did we leave this space right here? Because we're gonna up the game of curb appeal today with this. We found this for 119 bucks. We already went to Home Depot trying to figure out how we're gonna hook it up. So there's 2 wires running out of that. There's 3 lights, but they're all connected to 2 wires. It goes right through the pole and out. And in order for the cable not to freeze in the winter, you need to have a special wire. Mine is 25C rated outdoor cable. And we are going to run the cable inside this tube here, feed the wire in the tube, go through there, go towards the back of the house, and it's gonna work on some sort of a sensor or a switch. Finally, we are gonna fill in the joints with the polymeric sand concrete paver slab patio. You'd think it was almost done, right? Where are we at? Like maybe 11 hours so far, but it's definitely gonna be worth it. So yesterday I spent about 2.5 hours trying to figure out exactly how am I going to dig, well, the wire into the ground. More importantly, it was a bitch trying to get the wedge anchors into the concrete. So here's what I came up with. We drilled 3 holes right into the concrete. I cut the brick to go over top of this, and I did that for these 3, and I'm gonna keep doing it all the way around. This way there's no way this is ever gonna come out. I'm still gonna put a little bit of sand or gravel inside so this is even heavier. The wire is already come through, and this is the plastic conduit pipe that I fed this wire into, and it starts with an elbow and it goes right in here. It comes through. Put the post down, and we're pretty much done, son. All right, so now you basically gotta put this over top of this. You can see that I already filled it to the brim, and now we go through and feed the wire. So right now I'm going to show you what it's like after the lamppost is already installed. Remember, anything worth doing is worth learning, and anything worth learning is worth doing. So the wire from there is going right underneath there into the ground behind those bricks. Right now that part is in the conduit. It comes out here. I had to go and buy an additional wire, and I had to join the two cables together. So I got this conduit box. This is going to be buried inside the ground along with the conduit pipe. And then I went ahead and I created my own little outlet out of this. If I plug this in, those will work. This is a from dusk till dawn motion activated bulb that you can get at Home Depot or online. I'm going to replace all three with that in white light. The white light looks much better at night. This is probably the best $900 and whatever dollars I spent on curb appeal at any of the properties that I do own and I have ever owned. I learned quite a lot doing this interlocking project. I do definitely urge you to take on projects that take you out of your comfort zone. That is the only way you grow and succeed. Nobody can take away the skills and the expertise that you acquire as you learn things, and stuff like this allows you to grow mentally and stay sharp. Yes, you could have paid somebody $1,000 to do this, maybe $6,000, but that's still way too much. Total cost $950, 15 hours worth of work. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you learned something, awesome. If you haven't, go watch the other videos. So keep grinding away, keep learning, keep taking action. No one's gonna push you. You owe it to yourself to go and hustle. It actually boggles my mind why people would charge so much money to do something like this. What costs thousands of dollars here? Is it the skill? Is it the labor hours? Even if we take 15 hours and I get paid $200 an hour, that still comes out at $3,000. So if we go up to $300 an hour, more like $400 an hour. Are you telling me that a professional interlocking person, and maybe half electrician, is going to charge you $400 an hour, and you're okay with that? If you're okay with that, then I don't feel empathy for business people taking advantage of you. I honestly don't. Research, learn skill, that's where it's at.